My name is Quinn. I recently moved here from Toronto, Canada, about 4 months ago to come to KCC. And today I'm going to talk to you about stuff.
Oh.
Stuff.
Not happening.
Stuff. So let's take a look at these two people. By societal standards, they are gorgeous. With perfect bodies, blemishless faces, and killer smiles, these two are cool cats with legs that just don't quit. They're what normal people strive to be. But what is normal? Well, normal is a hard word to define. It's very elusive, and it's relative to where you are. For example, from my perspective back home in Toronto, normal was swing dancing with my friends. Yes, those are actually my friends. Doing Canadian stuff like playing hockey, wearing red and white all the time, and talking about moose. Or complaining about our mayor, who always gets into shenanigans like doing drugs. From my perspective in Hawaii, it's surfing, Hawaii 5-0 related activities, and people who are a bit too concerned with other people's genitals. So obviously, these cultures are very different, and there's nothing wrong with that, because wherever you go, people are going to be different. However, there is a problem that does arise, and it's when we put barriers between each other because of cultural differences. This barrier creates something known as, the heteronormativity. So what is heteronormativity? Well, it's a pretty long word, so let's break it down. We have hetero, two different things, normative, what is socially acceptable, and the whole word heteronormativity. So the notion that people fall into distinct genders, male and female, with natural roles in life. So what does that mean? Well, this means we tend to follow traditional family values. So think back to the 50s, where Papa was bringing home the bacon, Mom was in the kitchen, and little Tommy and Sue were playing by the white picket fence. So this is a more outdated aspect of traditional, and as we all know, there are more modern ways to live. I spent a really long time putting that joke in, so everyone laugh, yay! But I digress. The heteronormativity creates other social problems. Obviously, like homophobia, sexism, and gender equality. Now, the heteronormativity is going to be relative to where you are. So take San Francisco, for example. Take San Francisco, for example. Now, the hetero part of heteronormativity will not apply because obviously San Francisco is the LGBT mecca. Everyone wants to go there. I want to go there. It's going to be awesome. And you'd think, hey, there's not going to be discrimination there. Everyone loves each other. Well, unfortunately, that's a wrong notion because there is discrimination between the LGBT community. There are the female radicals, or feminist radicals who do not like men, the misogynists who treat women terribly, the transphobic people, people who don't like transgenders, people who don't like bisexuals, people who don't like asexuals, etc. So why does this happen? Well, usually when we come across something we're unaccustomed to, we usually perceive it as weird or bad, or we just don't like it. Now, if this is food, it's fine, whatever. We just look at it, we go, ew, that's gross, never touch it again. If it's something we have to experience on a daily basis, or at least once in a while, like a religion or a sort of lifestyle, we're kind of forced to face it. And because we don't understand it, we usually fear it. And as we all know, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to Anakin killing the Sand People and becoming Darth Vader. Well, it does lead to the dark side of the Force. It leads to more real problems like hate crimes, discrimination, rape, etc. Now, on a more relatable level to us college students, it affects that girl who gets her hair cut short and everyone calls her a lesbian. And it causes guys to have this insatiable need to have this alpha male mentality. It also affects body image. Take a look at this model. She's already beautiful, and she was photoshopped down to a skinny little stick. And this is what the media is trying to push on girls. It also ostracizes the guys who are a bit effeminate and outcasts them from their peer groups. So how do we battle something as abstract as a social norm? Well, I have these 4 solutions. When you face something that you're not used to, ask yourself, does it hurt anyone? If the answer is no, there's probably no reason to feel threatened. If the answer is yes, you're probably being mugged. Number 2, never assume because when you assume, you look like a donkey, and no one likes donkeys. But really, you can never tell who someone is by the outside. Number 3, just ask questions, because if you don't understand something, asking questions will help you learn. But always make sure it's at an appropriate time. And number 4, just be nice, because everyone likes nice people. And remember, it takes different strokes to rule the world.